Cool. So, hey guys, welcome to the Lioness Mum Project TV show. We have Katherine with us today, who jumped into our 30-day Lioness Mum trial. She got amazing results, so I brought her on for a testimonial to hopefully inspire you to make that leap forward into the Lioness Mum program. So, hey Katherine, welcome in.
Hi, hello.
So, just give the people watching this video just a little brief description about you. Who is Katherine Grant?
So Katherine Grant is a 42-year-old mum of 4. I had 4 babies in 5 years, so I was quite busy. I've had a lovely career, met a gorgeous man who I've married, and my life was all mapped out. I've had my 4 children. Life's brilliant, but the weight is sort of crept up and crept up. Lost a little bit and then put a bit more again back on. And I'm just for the last sort of few years been absorbed with the children. And was ready for something for me.
Great, and I think a lot of people are going to be able to resonate with you here, Katherine, and just know that, like, after, like you say, you've got your life planned out, haven't you? You know what you want, and then when it comes, you're like, and then your priorities start to drop down the list until
absolutely.
Actually, my health's suffering for this, and then what comes with that is like you feel like you can't have the energy to keep up with the kids now.
Yeah.
And,
well, I think I'd never planned beyond getting married and having the babies. And I sort of sat back and looked at this creation that I'd made at this family home and was thrilled. And then thought, well, now what? It wasn't quite enough for me. And I also looked at myself and I think I wasn't looking after myself. I would prioritize everybody else. And maybe I needed to be looking a little bit closer to me, really.
Yeah, that's right. So you've tapped on it a little bit, but my next question was like, so 28 days ago,
yeah,
you wanted to change something. What was it that made you sign up to this course in particular?
Being honest, purely weight. I was just very tired. I hadn't got a lot of energy, and I knew it was purely down to the fact that I'm a mum of 4. But more importantly, my eating had gone downhill. I wasn't watching what I was eating. I was snacking on the children's food a lot, and the weight had piled on. So I had a holiday. That was the goal, to lose a little bit of weight. It was a holiday with friends from school. So there was that idea of the image they had of me when they'd seen me a year ago. I was going to be a bit heavier. So it was as simple as that. The goal actually changed during the challenge, but that was the reason to come on board.
I love that you just mentioned the goal changed during the challenge, because you're right. When you signed up, this was for getting ready, getting holiday ready, and that's what a lot of people watching this video will be thinking too, and they'll solely be focused on the weight side of things. But actually, as you're going to mention, I know over the 28 days, we just expand the way you're thinking, and actually, hold up, maybe this isn't just about the weight. Maybe this is about actually transforming and changing the way I am and the mindset side of things as well.
Absolutely.
Yeah. So over the last 28 days, then, Katherine, you've been brilliant throughout this challenge. What are the biggest changes that you've noticed over the last month?
Single most handedly, an hour at least for me a day in the morning to do exercise, to get my head together, to put down some to-do jobs. And I would put to-do jobs on there that were little as well as the bigger ones to reward myself when I could get a couple out of the way. And then I don't know. I think the best thing for me really is having the time, the me time, and making it a priority. And the children would have to wait. And the great thing about this is you could pick it up. So if I'd allocated to do it in the morning and something went wrong, I would make sure I felt accountable enough to do it some other time during the day. Whereas before, if it hadn't worked, I would just go, it hasn't happened today, move on. And then that day would have been lost. So I would say having me time and being accountable for having that hour and it being important enough to me to make sure it happened.
Yeah, brilliant. And for those of you watching the video that don't know what we do here at the Lioness Mum Project, we actually transform the first hour of the day and we give you a set routine. So you don't just wake up in the morning and suddenly go, 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 but actually by taking the time to be a bit selfish in the mornings and actually get your head clear, you'll make better decisions later on in the day, which are going to benefit you and your life. So what was your normal first hour of the day, Katherine?
It would have been a child waking me up. So a cry, a lost dummy, someone needing milk, someone needing a wee. So it was always the children woke me up. Whereas how I've done it now is I've got up earlier and actually feel so pumped with what I've managed to accomplish Some mornings it didn't work. Some mornings I was interrupted. But, you know, I'd at least tried. I'd accomplished something before someone woke. So I was always on the front foot rather than on the back foot.
Yes, I love that. And you're right. It's just acceptance, you know. You're busy mum, you've got 4 kids.
I know, but I think it's an excuse culture as well, isn't it? Because a lot of the times if the kids are up, I go, I can't exercise, whereas I have actually exercised with them up. We've had Peppa Pig in the background, or I've been in the garden and they've joined in. So I think sometimes it's an easy excuse to use the children. I'm totally guilty of that. So
you would find that actually this course has made you shift your mindset into thinking like yes, I may well be like the busiest mum ever, but I can still do this and I can still fit this round.
Yeah, because I've done, you know, exercise in a gym before, you know, and that's lovely to have your own time uninterrupted, but it's not practical at this stage of my life. So, you know, it's understanding I can do it at home and there'll be interruptions, but to work with it.
Great. So you said at the start of things that you joined this to lose weight. You haven't even mentioned that yet on your biggest changes.
That's true.
You're not even talking about the mindset and actually getting your headspace and allowing that to change the way you live your life. And that's brilliant, because that is exactly what I want to be changing. And that's the true transformation. But let's tap on the physical side of things.
Wow.
This month?
I've lost, nearly 8. Sorry, what did you just say? I just lost the last bit then.
Oh, sorry. I was just saying that like, this is about a life transformation, not just about losing weight. But the fitness side just facilitates you to have more energy and to get your life in order. It's just one single part of this. But what physically has changed over this last month?
Well, I've lost lots of weight. I've lost about 8 pounds on the scales. But visually, I feel like I've lost more than that. I'm in different underwear. I'm wearing clothes that I haven't got out of the wardrobe for a long time. I've bought a different dress size. The children have noticed. My husband's very much noticed. So, all good. I mean, I feel great on it. I feel I've got more to lose, but I'm not in any huge rush. I'm just going to carry on as I'm doing. So it's not about the weight now. It's how I look, really, and how I feel.
Katherine, what a shift in mentality.
I know.
Like, this isn't about like, okay, well, I've got 30 days to just do as much as I possibly can because I've got 30 days. But you're actually realizing that this isn't a quick fix. No. It isn't the snap your fingers like Ross.
It can be 42 years to realize that.
But this is about the journey. And actually,
it is.
During the journey, you can continue the journey and be happy on your path.
I know.
The things that you've tried in the past where you just resented and hated the path because it's been so against what your life wants, but you're so fixated on, like, I must lose that much weight and it doesn't matter how I get there.
I know.
The process is that when you get there, you just go back to your old ways, don't you? But this is about changing forever. And I hope that you've learned in the last 30 days that to just continue on this path, just nice.
Oh, absolutely. Absolutely. Normally I'm, losing weight for a holiday and then I get on holiday and gorge, or it's that little black dress at Christmas and I get in the dress and then I spend the next 5 days so I'm totally, I'm on the path, definitely.
Great. You're not going to be the only one. There's going to be now, Katherine, that are thinking, yep, that's me for sure. And we do. And that's where like the goal setting is really important. Is like maybe previously you've set goals, you mentioned it about, well, your life goal, and then you didn't know what came after that.
I never have done recently.
That might be the same with your fitness. As you set a goal to get in your little black dress, you set a goal for your holiday, and that's been enough to drive you and to keep you going. But as soon as you've hit that goal, you have no follow-up, nothing after that. So what's going to keep you on track?
Absolutely.
Now we were setting goals for our end game. What's the ultimate happiness? And then when we finally reach that through time and consistency, we're then going to reset those goals. So it's just a completely different way of thinking.
Absolutely.
So this isn't the first thing you've tried then, Katherine, is it? Let's be honest. What before the Lioness Mum project, what things have you tried in the past and what have been your results in the past?
I used to go to the gym in my lunch hour when I worked in London in the city, but I'd then go out after work and have a really not very healthy lifestyle of too much booze and eating. So they balanced each other out. I just slowly put on weight. And then when I became a mum, in between the babies, I did power plates, which worked brilliantly for me. But it was, again, a short-term fix because as soon as I had the next baby or I stopped doing it, the weight crept back on. So HIIT for me, I'm well aware, works wonders for the weight loss. So it's just something I need to get into my daily life and something I can do in my own home for the moment, until I at a point that maybe I can do something outside. So yeah, HIIT in the gym I have done in the past, but sporadically.
Yeah, that's great. And what you tapped on really is that some things that might have worked in the past don't work when you become a mother.
No.
And actually, you need to be able to adapt with those moves. And that's where this course has been great, is that it's been specifically designed for busy mums.
Yeah,
and
it's been brilliant.
You can work out at home. You just need a little bit of a plan, and you need to work on the mindset in order to stick to those things. Because for anyone that's tried to work out at home before, like, realizes, especially as a mum, things get in the way. If you don't go through the processes of actually being like, no, this is my time and I'm going to do it no matter what, then you can actually start moving forwards and be consistent with those things.
Yeah, I think as well with this program, the brilliant thing was the daily inspiration. So if you hadn't managed to get done what you needed to do, and then you logged on and you had this great support network, and you'd seen that Laura and Sarah and they'd all done their moves, there was that they can do it, they've managed it, and there was that sort of healthy competition and support and inspiration, really. So I think that was the key for me. I could do a workout at home on my own, no problem, but you don't. You choose not to because you haven't got that push. So that's where it's been brilliant for me.
Like, I think when you're working out at home, if you're not driven to do it, or you haven't got that accountability with me and the other lionesses in the group, then you got like 1,001 things you need to be doing. It's so easy to just be like, well, exercise comes last.
Nobody knows. Nobody needs to know about that.
No one needs to know exactly that. But actually, in this Lioness Mum project, we do need to know, because you're checking day and you're keeping up with what the other lionesses in the group are doing. So that, would you say that support and environment has been a big factor in you not only losing the 8 pounds, but actually changing your mindset as well?
Yeah, it's been a bit of a buzz. It's a nice little group. I've loved that. I've been as involved with that as I don't like Facebook generally. I don't like big groups and forums and all these WhatsApps at school, but I've really enjoyed this because we're all in it together, and we've all got not the same goals, but we've all got a goal, and we're all working together towards it. So no, I have loved that part of it, which surprised me. Yeah.
And that's because it's different to other groups, because I was very picky on who and I'm still very picky on who comes into our community, because all you mums were going through the same sort of things and the same sort of problems, and by uniting in that pain and uniting in those problems, you could bond, and then you could
absolutely.
Through that. And that's really important that I don't just let anyone in. Like, dads aren't allowed in, okay? Like women without kids aren't allowed in, because you wouldn't have been able to connect with those people as well as you have done with this group.
Yeah, no, absolutely.
And you're all moving towards better things. It's a really powerful movement, and it really, really is one of the key factors.
It felt powerful. That's how it felt. It felt powerful. Yeah, it did.
Good. I'm glad that you picked up on all of that. So I've got one more question before I go, Katherine, as I understand that you're busy. So if you were looking back at you 30 days ago, or say you're speaking directly to someone watching this video who's just like kind of undecided, sitting on the fence and not quite ready to make that jump into the Lioness Mum project, what would you say to that person right now?
Oh, I would just say it's 28 days. You've got nothing to lose, everything to gain. If it isn't for you, it's 28 days and you've tried it, and better to try. But you won't look back. You've got the tools you need to succeed. It makes you look at things slightly differently. And you don't need to have issues or anxieties, but the mindset will make you look at your world. And even if it just confirms that you're in this really happy place and nothing can be improved, or probably how it will be, is it will give you just some extra goals and some help, tools and inspiration to lead a better, healthier, fitter life, basically.
Katherine, thank you so much for summarising that up with us. I really appreciate you coming onto this call, because
no problem. Thank you.
Good, but actually, like, my favourite thing about this call is that you were in this just to look good for the holiday, and there's going to be a lot of mums out there who are convincing themselves that that's all they need, is that all they need is to look good. For the holiday. When really, what's happened over the last month is that we just tapped in and we brought out a couple more skeletons, and we faced them head on.
There's so much more,
We're moving forwards with our lives and onto a better path for the rest of your life.
Absolutely. Thank you. Thank you so much. I've loved it.
Brilliant. And I've loved having you as part of the group. It's been like every time we talk, you give me a burst of energy that makes me want to continue on this journey too. So you are.
Thank you. I appreciate it all.
Other mums as well. And yes, and thank you for taking the time to talk to us today. Your story will inspire other mums to take that leap. So your time is really, really valued. But enjoy the rest of your day. I know you're going on holiday. So enjoy the stuff in France.
I will. Thank you very much.
Your morning routine, even though you're on holiday.
I will. Promise. The dumbbells are packed. See you later.
From that. I look forward to hearing from you. Okay.
All right. Take care, Ross. Bye.
Take care, Katherine. Bye-bye.
Bye.
So that was Katherine, who was running through her 30-day trial with the Lioness Mum Project. As you can see, she did join, thinking that this was just a way of losing weight. But what she found throughout her journey was that this is all about changing the mindset. This isn't just about giving you an exercise program and a new diet. Okay, those things haven't worked in the past. That wouldn't work again. What this is about is shifting the way you think in order for you to be consistent so you can lose the weight, which will then give you the energy and the productivity to be a better mum and a better version of yourself. So if that story resonates with you, are you a mum who isn't happy with her life right now? Are you living Groundhog Day and just surviving day by day with the same mundane routine? Do you feel stagnant and that you're not moving forwards? Do you feel like you've lost your identity since becoming a mum? Are you sick of your body so much that you're pushing your partner away? That your intimacy has dropped? Are you stopping doing the tasks that you should be doing with your kids, which is then affecting their happiness? If any of that resonates with you, then you must make that change now. In order to make that change, I need you to click on the link below. If you are an action taker, the next 5 people are going to get 50% off my full coaching rates, which then makes this project just the cost of 1 large coffee a day. So if you truly want to change your life right now and stop leaning on excuses, because Katherine had 4 children and she still managed to fit this in. If you want to overcome those normal excuses for not doing the work, then you need the Lioness Mum Project to give you those tools in order to transform your life and start moving towards your ultimate happiness. So if you want that to happen to you right now, the first decision is now. The first courageous decision is now. You're going to have to click the link below and start the application process. If you fit the type of mum that I'm looking for in this program, and you move through the application process and join in a 30-day trial in the Lioness Mum Project. Guys, this is life-changing stuff. If you're here just to lose weight, then this isn't for you. But if you're here to fully transform the way you live your life, then I want you to click on that link below and make that courageous decision to make that change and be the best version of yourself. So that is a wrap from me at the Lioness Mum Project TV show. Thank you for joining me, and I'll see you next time.